So today's video is all about Kick Joneses. So before I get started, the eagle-eyed of you will be noticing that the YouTube jumper has been dispatched for the summer because it is just far too hot to do videos wearing a jumper. So we're in the summer mode now with a check shirt. So the next few videos you'll probably see me in this attire instead. So yeah, Kick Joneses, how did that all come about? Well, obviously by the year 2000 we were working really closely with Flight 13 in Germany. And our contact at Flight 13 in Germany was Jürgen Schattner, who also ran his own little label called Rookie Records at the time. And so obviously as we were dealing with Rookie and Flight 13 on the Jones album, Jürgen happened to mention on one email, oh, I want to send you like my band's CD. And we're called Kick Joneses, and we're just putting out our second album. So he sent it over, and it took me, being a bit slow on the uptake, a little time to realise that actually Kick Joneses had formed basically out of the ashes of Walter Elf. And obviously Walter Elf shared members and were great friends with Spermbirds. And that's how Jürgen knew Dickie and Golly and people like that from HDQ, because obviously HDQ had toured with Walter Elf and played some shows with them in Germany back in the day. So Jürgen sent it over, and it was like a light bulb moment. And I immediately said, "It's brilliant. You know, would you like me to take copies and distribute this, like in the UK, and see what happens?" To which Jürgen said, "Yeah, absolutely." They had a few vinyl copies and also predominantly CDs. So we ended up taking a bunch of the CDs, stickering them, and that came out, I believe, in late 2000. And Who Put the Voodoo in Punk Rock was the band's second album. And I remember we actually sent some copies out for promo. And they became the first band since Annalise for Steve Lamacq to play on the radio. The track called The Rain and the River, which is a fantastic track. So all of a sudden there was a little bit of momentum on this.
But now I'm standing here on my own. We'll see, we never fiction.
So obviously over this time I was in sort of constant contact with Jürgen. We were probably emailing each other, if not daily, then definitely weekly. You know, as obviously that they were the main people I was selling Boss Tuneage releases to in Germany. And that, you know, that relationship with Flight 13 exists to this day and has been really important for the label over the years. I think there was then talk a couple of years on, sort of late 2002, early 2003, that the band were going to go in and record another album. And would I like to be involved a bit more than just taking stock and stickering it like we'd done on Who Put the Voodoo into Punk Rock? And I immediately said yes. And so the plan was put together for Tales of Discontent, which came out in 2003, where Rookie pressed the vinyl and I pressed the CDs, and then we just literally, from memory, swapped copies of the two formats, obviously with both having the Rookie Records logo and the Boss Tuneage logo together. And obviously over the years there have been many Boss Tuneage and Rookie co-releases. Obviously I'll speak about Walter Elf, whose back catalogue we reissued with Rookie. The Spermbirds obviously will be a whole separate video in the future for everything we did with that. But obviously at that time in 2003 Jürgen was still working at Flight 13, so he was based in Cologne at the time, and Flight 13 was obviously down in Freiburg.
Time he drinks a lot, Boss Tone telling me to shape up. I know that he'll never ever stop. These are the words I can do without. These are the words make me scream and shout. These are the words that are making me this. These are the words on my hit list. They're bad. Whoa, 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 they're bad. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hate list, do you wanna be on my hate list? Hate list, do you wanna be on my hate list? Street bull, king of the motorway, huge car, lives in it every day. Drives fast, proof of his manhood. Lights flash, making him feel good. These are the words I can do without. These are the words make me scream and shout. These are the words that are making me feel. These are the words on my hit list. They're bad. Whoa, 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 they're bad. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hate list, do you wanna be on my hate list? Hate list, do you wanna be on my hate list? Hate list, do you wanna be on my hate list? Hate list, do you wanna be on my hate list?
But I think by 2005 or around that, Jürgen had decided he was going to relocate to Hamburg. So he left Flight 13 at that time. I was obviously still dealing with Tom at Flight 13 as well. And I think he had plans then to set Rookie up, and do Rookie full time. And move to Hamburg. And the time that Jürgen had relocated to Hamburg and really started to push the label, it tied in with the time when I started to really concentrate on the retro series as an idea. So in 2006 we went through a lot of releases together, which was a lot of the Rookie stuff being reissued. So for example, the Kick Jones's first album, Streets Full of Idiots, was one of those, and obviously we reissued all the Walter Elf stuff and Spermbirds and such. And obviously Kick Jones's was very much friends getting together, playing when they could, rather than a full-time band really. Obviously Beppo and Frank were still in the Spermbirds at this point. Beppo obviously still is in the Spermbirds. Frank would sort of hang his bass up soon after, I think. But Spermbirds took sort of priority in what was happening, and Kick Jones's was a fun thing fitting around. And it was quite novel, obviously, for a lot of people, I think, to see the drummer in the Spermbirds standing out front being the lead singer. But yeah, I love Kick Jones's. I think that they just married together this love of sort of like late 70s punk and new wave with sort of like the pop punk stuff of the Descendants and all, and it just that was what they were into, and that's what they tried to put across. And some of those albums have absolutely cracking songs on them. So I think plans were put afoot for another Kick Jones's album, True Freaks Union, which would appear in 2009. And again, we did that as a co-release between Boss Tuneage and Rookie. True Freaks Union just didn't sort of sell the same as Tales of Discontent and Who Put the Voodoo in Punk Rock had. I'm not quite sure why. Whether it was just sort of overshadowed because we had a lot of other releases, sort of priority releases at the time happening in 2009. What with the Southport album, the Stupids album, the Shitty Limits album. Whether it just got missed in amongst those, I'm not sure. But it noticeably just didn't seem to click or sell this time, which was a real sort of, I couldn't understand it, to be honest with you. So that ended up being the last Kick Jones's release we did on Boss Tuneage. They did actually release another album in 2016, but we didn't end up co-releasing that. And to be honest, I'm scratching my head now to wondering why we didn't actually do it, because we were working day in, day out with Jürgen on so much other stuff. But I'm sure there's a reason. I've just forgotten it now. The brain's a bit addled this early in the morning at the weekend. But yeah, Kick Joneses, if you're not familiar, do go and check them out. Brilliant power pop punk band from Germany that really pleased are a part of the Boss Tuneage story. And obviously, whereas I would always say that Kaza, Boss Tuneage Japan, is my Japanese brother, then Jürgen is definitely my German brother. Him and Anne have visited us here in Northumberland. It's great when I see him. Haven't seen him for a few years, or when I make contact, he's an old friend, and I really think that a lot of what Boss Tuneage was able to achieve over the years has come down to the co-releases we've done with Rookie as well, and really proud that Kick Joneses are a part of our history. That's it for this one. See you on the next one.
Yeah, we don't give a shit about you all. We don't